Now, we are going on, and we're going to have a panel here. I'm going to invite the moderator, first of all. My good friend, Mihriban Tekben will be on stage to moderate the session. A round of applause. And we'll be talking about ICO marketing strategy, how to promote your ICO. And you will moderate the session. Thanks for coming. Are you okay? Excited? Nervous?
Started sleeping, but
we're going to wake them up now.
They should listen to us very carefully, because I really think that marketing is the most important part of ICO.
You are doing one now, right?
Yes, I am doing one.
Yeah.
And it determines if your ICO is successful or not. So please listen if you are interested in ICO.
Mihriban, we usually call her Mihri. Mihri is founder of Fintech Time, a magazine published in Turkey about fintech, as you can understand. And she's also running the whole marketing, and she's like she's COO of Colendi.
So you have listened to Colendi before?
She's running all marketing activities of Colendi now, and you know how hard it is.
Yeah,
now we're going to have 3 more speakers in this panel. You're going to go deep down into ICO marketing and like blockchain marketing, let's say. So, should I just invite them?
Yeah.
First of all, we're going to have Daniel Chang from Robinhood. A round of applause, please. Also, iCoin Paddy. I mean, his real name is Patrick Macadonas. Hi, Paddy. How are you? Thank you. And Yagup Rahimov from 7 Markets. You may know him from our Brazil FinTech conference. He was an advisor at Naga, and now he's here. He's an expert on ICO marketing. So, stage is yours. Have fun. As I said, we're going to have 4 sessions after this one. I mean, totally with this one. And we're going to have these great guys. Then we're going to have ICO bench on stage. We're going to have a great technical future of blockchain panel. And then we're going to have Dilip from Ripple. And I'm going to do a fireside chat with Dilip. So, stay tuned.
Thank you.
It's your stage now.
Thank you. So I just said that ICO marketing is the most important part of a successful ICO. Do you agree? For the first question, as a first question, is it the most important part?
I would actually say it's the most important part is the team itself and their vision. Then comes the marketing. If you don't have the right vision, you cannot even talk of marketing. But
if nobody knows about your team and your vision?
The vision is generally, Mihriban, self-promoting. If your vision is self-established, it is defined, it is supposed to attract community around it. If your vision is not defined properly, it is not going to be very easy. You can have the best marketing team in the world. By the way, we are at 7 Markets, one of the world's top 3 ICO marketing agencies. Pretty much anybody goes through ICO comes through us at some point.
Maybe we should also.
We are not really planning to do an ICO, just FYI. However, you know, one of the key things that we are always looking for is your vision. If your vision is not well defined, it's not going to be well perceived by the investors. It's not going to be definitely well welcomed by 7 Markets Group. And not only that, your vision needs to be unique, as well as it needs to be in a way scalable. Mm-hmm. And then marketing comes being the most important part of the success. And please, let's not forget, ICO is the beginning of a business. It's not the business.
Yeah, of course. So do you agree?
Yes, actually I agree. I agree team is the most important part during the ICO. But actually I think right now some people might take ICO in the wrong way. They think the ICO is a series of steps of fundraising. So, and if the team or a project thinks that ICO is just a fundraising way, that they might lead them to a miserable result. Yeah. So Yeah, so of course that ICO the marketing plays a big part in the ICO process. Yeah, so like us, Robinhood is a cryptocurrency exchange, and we charge 0 fee. Yeah, so by now we complete our own ICO, and we help our first client to complete their ICO as well in last November. So I would say from time to time, right now the ICO marketing is changing like very rapidly. So right now the ICO investor is more looking into the project itself to maybe on the tech side, maybe on their vision, or maybe on their business model. Yep, so I would say marketing is still play a big part in the ICO, but I think the market is changing very rapidly, so the way to do marketing, ICO marketing might change as well.
I'll have to agree with their answers. And an ICO is a tool to raise money. Again, it's not the goal. However, if you focus on your idea and your team, and that's solid, and you feel it as a team, the people who are following you, watching you, they'll feel your energy, your excitement. They'll feel if you're real, if you just want to make a business to make money, or if you actually want to bring blockchain to make a business. It's good to make money, but it's going to help people at the same time. So it's definitely important, the marketing and the ICO process. But if the team and the idea are solid, this will emanate.
And which part of the ICO marketing is the most important part? Is it the community building part or the blogs, Medium posts? Which one should one focus, do you think?
Well, if I may, what's interesting about the current situation that we're observing, and it's also something that brought me in. I actually don't have a financial background, but we see that cryptocurrencies have communities. Do you look at stocks on the stock market and say they have communities? Maybe some of them they do, right? But we're looking at a totally new phenomenon where people, they love the coin. They support it with all their heart. And that's how I got in it myself personally.
So, actually, that was the second question I was going to ask. How do the communities choose the ICOs? But before that, for the previous question, any adding?
Okay, so I think actually the most important part in the ICO marketing, I would say, is gaining the trust. Because right now, most of the, there are more than hundreds of ICO launched every day. So for investors, they will be very confused because some ICO projects, they say, I can be the next generation of Ethereum. I can create a 7th generation of blockchain. But what's the difference? And why people should believe you are able to deliver what you claim in your white paper? Yep. So actually, the community matters, the PR matters, but I think basically, I would say gaining trust is the most important process in the whole ICO marketing.
I actually also very much agree on that point. It's all about trust. This is a market where people come and give their money with a vision that they are supporting something innovative. So you cannot say, I will be able to create the best community management without really passing the right message to them. So there isn't, when it comes to marketing, there isn't just one part more important, the other one less important. It's all interconnected. If you are messing up one part, the other part is not going to be operational. The other part is going to be lagging behind. In that very same note, like as an example, at 7 Markets, to assure that transparency and trust, the very most important point we require before onboarding any client is passing them through a third-party white paper audit. So when a project is going through a third-party white paper audit, and they have maybe MVP or alpha or beta, that's what creates the initial layer of trust. It's otherwise words are very cheap. I can speak. I can, like Daniel here commented, I can come and say we are the next Ethereum. We are the next Bitcoin. Like the other day, I was talking to one of the ICOs from San Diego. They claim we are the next Bitcoin, and what we are doing is selling 5% of our tokens. We're going to be keeping the 95% for ourselves, and we can sell whenever we want to sell on exchanges. I mean, this is just cheap words. You can call the best. Your actions should speak for you, and actions can only speak for you if you are put to a test. You need to perform.
So let's say you are trustful, you know what you're doing, maybe you already have a product running, you have a very good team, and then you need to still build the community.
Correct.
But how does the community choose which ICO to support? What are the key points the community is looking for?
I can maybe go first on that and then pass to you. Like, it's all interconnected. Like Patrick here, he's quite a well-known vlogger. Mm-hmm. What he does himself, I've been following him, and by the way, 7 Markets is also sponsoring him currently on his activities, like a disclaimer as well on here. What we do is actively looking for community members, community leaders, going and evaluating projects. Once evaluation is done, of course, the message is also being spread. This needs to start at a very, very early stage, so that if just in case something is wrong, we can pass it to the ICO team, and they need to immediately find and fix it. One ICO that we had here earlier, Trusted Health as an example. I initially saw them on one of the platforms, ICO Bench to be more precise, and I gave them a very bad rating. This is a real thing. I gave them a very bad rating. It was 1s and 2s. And I told them, if they fix all of those things, I'm going to be coming and providing my services completely free of charge.
Did they?
And it took them literally 18 hours to come back to me with an email, and they took me to my words, by the way, saying that you promised that you are going to be fixing and helping us for free, and we have come and fixed all of those points. Are you going to be doing it? And they put it on public level. So, well,
you can't
bad for me. I couldn't really run away. But we had, I mean, this was a, I'm very happy for that point. At least it makes me understand that there is a team that I'm supporting that are delivering. Another one over here, by the way, I have a bottle of water. You may say, what the hell is it? It is a bottle of water which the source is identified by a blockchain. So you can say, this is just a very funny case. I wanted to have it with me by colleague, the name is. I mean, you can identify, like in daily life, groceries, you go and see apples, bananas, they all say organic and so on. But if you are identifying the real solution, if they are solving a real problem, and community like vloggers, bloggers, and so on are identifying and talking about it, community will follow automatically. That's how it goes.
Patrick has risen from the community,
so
let's say.
Actually, I really like this question because I've been investing in a lot of ICOs in the last 10 months. I've had some real good success. And I'll tell you from my own personal experience. So other than the fact that when you want the idea to be nice, you read it, it's attractive. That's easy, though. Anyone can write a nice idea. It's just one sentence. The next thing is that I would refer to some people I was following on YouTube. How did they speak about it? How did they talk about it? And one of the reasons why I'm going on to make my own YouTube channel is because I was disappointed that these people later on, they were either, they weren't honest, and we found some not so nice information about them. So they weren't fully transparent. And this is the transparency revolution. So as such, if say, I like the idea, there's a good review on YouTube, now I'm going on board. From there on, I join the community. I go into the Telegram channel. And what I like is when they ask questions to the community. Hey, would you like us to do this, or would you like us to do this? And there was one example for one coin that I participated in, and because the market was in a bear market, it was a bit in a dip, they said, would you guys like us to release the tokens now, or should we wait for a more strategic moment? Personally, I really appreciated and respected the fact that they care about my opinion. And a strong community is you can see the value of a strong community in a coin almost directly. And then the last thing that I really like is that there should be frequent updates. You know, don't leave your community in the dark. Every 1 week, every 2 weeks, I look at my portfolio and I say, you know, I never heard any news from these guys anymore. Are they doing what they're doing? And I might not even, there's so many coins right there out now, and there's plenty good ones. I might not even bother going to ask them, hey guys, did you make any updates? I think they should be doing this already. So from my experience, this is what won me over towards them.
I see. Any other?
Okay, so I think there have no recipe to, you know, build a successful community, but I would say most of the failure community happens in the similar reasons. For example, last November we held a project called CyberMouse. We helped them to go through the whole ICO process. At the end, we helped them to raise 84,000 Ether within 48 hours. And at the very beginning, the way they're running their community is totally wrong, because they are creating several chat bots when everyone join their Telegram group, and the chat bot will just pop up, hey, hi, the name and welcome to join. Then, you know, the way they do it, build up their community is in the wrong way, because community is connecting people to people. Yep, so I would say after your ICO information have been exposure, maybe on ICO listing site, maybe on forum, but after that, maybe 20s or 200s member will jump into your Telegram group. And I think the first step for building up a successful community actually is find a way to generate the hardcore supporters. And these supporters actually, at the very first, they were asking some very harsh questions. They will challenge you. They will doubt you. Yeah, but if you are able to clear all their doubt, then these guys are highly possible to become your hardcore supporters. So after we help the CyberMouse to build up their community, we do a campaign, and this campaign generates hundreds of hardcore support for them. And not only that, because of the campaign, and CyberMouse generates more than 200 quality contents all across the internet, on YouTube, on Reddit, on Bitcoin Talk, on all the forums and media. Yep, so after that, actually, their exposure is like booming. Yeah, so I think for the community, the very first step is find a way to generate the hardcore supporters.
I see.
Completely agree.
I actually did have many more questions, but as the time is not left, I have to choose one last question. You talked about what we should be doing for good ICO marketing. Trust, I see, is the most important part, and community building goes through that. But what is the red flag? What should we definitely not do? Is maybe deleting bad comments? Or what do you think is the worst thing we could do?
There are so many things.
If you have to choose, like, okay, you can choose two.
All right. One is avoiding bad comments. You need to answer them. You need to answer them.
No matter how bad they are.
No matter how bad it is, unless they are swearing at you for no reason, you need to answer them. Okay. And when you answer them with patience, that's what pays off. Second thing to avoid, I'm an advisor to many ICOs, but I hate, and hate is a very big word, when people come and tell me, we are doing this ICO, we can pay you 50 Ether, and we want you to be an advisor for us. I'm not for sale. I'm not for sale.
How should they approach you?
they should first ask me what I feel about the project. If I like, then they should ask me whether or not I would like to be part of that project.
So it's not about the money for anyone, not
And
the
anyway,
community, not the
exactly.
investors, for no one.
If an advisor is not an employee to be paid in advance or something, unless he's a dedicated consultant. But an advisor is there to advise, share his opinion and experience, and lead them through. Do not come and bribe. It's bribery to pay an advisor in advance. And I will reject any ICO, and I will not only reject, go to a bad PR on that ICO if they come in advance and try to bribe me whatever money they want to pay. Because one, I'm not for sale. Two, they are ICO fundraising for their project. And if they had money, they shouldn't do ICO. And I believe it's fair enough.
And your red flags?
From our experience, actually, I would say I don't like the ICO project which is intended to do the pump and dump. Yeah, and there are many, especially in the Chinese market. Yeah, there are a bunch of ICO projects. Actually, they are purely intended to do the pump and dump. And we actually run into some. And even one of the cases that we already signed a contract and already ready to go through all the process, they are Hong Kong public company, but still they want to do the pump and dump stuff. Yep. So I would say these days some people take the ICO the wrong way. They think that's a way to get in breach. So, but actually, in some market, the hard cap isn't their target. Their target actually is making money by pump and dump. So there will be maybe thousands or hundreds of thousands of people will lose their money because of some sort of, I would say this is a scam.
I see.
So for me, I'm not going to, what I would recommend, it's not so much a red flag that you can see obviously, but something I've been noticing is that there's a lot of companies who, they go into the blockchain and ICO craze, and they're like, let's make an ICO. And what I would advise is that participate yourself in 2 or 3 ICOs to see what you like and don't like. Mm-hmm. You don't have to spend thousands, get €1,000, divide it into 3 portions, put a little bit of money, it's not a lot, but you will, by living it, you will figure it out.
I see, thank you. Unfortunately, our time has ended, but maybe we should, if you don't want to come, we can just continue. Thank you very much for your time.
I can also tell you a very quick announcement. Arda, if you don't mind telling
Go ahead, no problem.
On the 9th and 10th of May, we have a very big event happening in Cyprus, where we are going to be organizing the first ICO battle with actual investors. So 16 ICOs will be participating into a battle. There will be one making it to the final, and that one final will be pitching in front of 5 investors with $50,000 to $150,000 each in their portfolio, and looking for it. So if any one of you as ICOs or wannabe ICOs want to be open for it or go for it, the day after tomorrow, iCoinSummit.com is the website. We are opening the applications for ICOs. It's apply only, so you cannot really buy it. You apply, and I would be very happy to see someone from Istanbul there as well, if we can. Thank you very much, Arda.
Thank you.
Thank
you for joining us.
Daniel, thank you very much.
Çok
Ben
mersi.
teşekkür ederim.
Sağ ol,
Sağ ol.
görüşürüz. Mihri Türkçe de konuşabiliyor gerçekten. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.